Hey guys, welcome to a brand new LP that I'm going to be starting right here today. I'm Llandros, and if this is your first time with me, welcome to the channel. I hope you stick around, and I hope you subscribe and enjoy what you're about to experience. And then, of course, for those of you who have been with me, you know what you're in for, and I hope you'll stick around as well and just continue to make me laugh and have fun and go along with the ride for this one. Anyway, if you haven't already looked at the title by now, you should know that this is the Hybrid Baby Challenge. The reason I call it that is because I really don't know what else to call it. That's basically what it is. It's what I call a Frankenstein challenge. What I did is I actually went and I researched quite a few challenges that you guys had talked about on the video that I put. And I started pulling a couple of different things. I liked several of them, but I took a couple of different challenges and I blended them. Plus then I took a little bit of stuff that I created on my own and just kind of infused that as well. Came up with this little monster challenge. Anyway, stick with me. I'll explain it all. It's not that bad. There are a lot of rules to it, but I think it's going to work out pretty well. The reason I didn't go with just the traditional 100 baby challenge is because I felt like it was lacking something in the fact that it just seemed very repetitive. At a certain point, you just kind of felt like you were just doing the same thing over and over. And you guys know me. I like a little bit of a risk. I like a little bit of a goal. So that's why I did it. Okay. So this video, just to give you a little heads up, it's going to be basically a setup of the challenge, going over the rules. We're going to go into Create a Sim. I'll show you the world that we're going to use. I'll show you the town as I create and edit it. And I'm going to try to get to gameplay at the end, but I'm not going to guarantee it. But I'm going to do my best to get there. I'll get through this as quickly as I can, I promise. But you know I like to talk. Anyway, all right, going in and getting started. The objective of this challenge is to actually raise 100 children within a set of strict parameters or guidelines with one single sim in order to achieve some type of a lifetime reward or goal, which I will show you what I've created for that. So the requirements for this game would be, of course, the base game, all expansion packs up through University Life, and several store content items. However, if you don't have all of that, you can easily adapt everything I'm going to do to whatever you've got. So as we go along, I'll try to just tell you that some alternatives in case you don't have everything, and that way it's a little bit easier for you to actually play along if you like, which I do like when you guys play along too and tell me how you're doing. Okay, so now the main goal, what we have to do is we've got to choose some reason for whoever our sim is in order to go through it and complete this entire challenge. Got to give them a reason to do this insane having 100 children. So, and that's got to be their incentive for some reason for them to be successful. Your settings for this game I'm going to go into once we actually load up the town, so we'll get that started right now. Now I wanted to choose a town that I haven't used before in any of my LPs, and I was so glad when some of you guys recommended a few, but the town that I've chosen is of course Lunar Lakes. Now I'm going to read the introduction to Lunar Lakes and then we're going to travel over. It says, stranded on a foreign world after their spaceship became disabled, the survivors, led by their captain Anthony Cross, utilized homeworld technology and foreign planet crystal tech to survive at the edge of space. As the generations have progressed, these intrepid Sims have built roads, developed agriculture, and established a thriving colony. Sounds great, but that's not really going to be our story. So I'll tell you our story once we actually arrive on Lunar Lakes. I'll be back in just a second, guys. Alright, well here we are arriving on the surface of Lunar Lakes, and I gotta tell you I'm excited about playing in this town, mainly for the fact that I don't ever play in this town. In fact, I couldn't even tell you the first sim who lives here, and I can't even remember the last time I played a game that lasted more than about a week in this town. So the fact that I'm going to do a challenge here has already upped the challenge levels to me. But as you can see, a lot of things have already auto-populated right here from different expansion packs and different things that I own. So what I'm going to do is go in here, I'm going to really change up the town a little bit. But I'll give you an idea right here what you get when you first load up the town. Of course, you've got the main downtown area, and you've got the two big volcanic mountains with the craters and whatnot inside. We're going to do some heavy editing in this one real quick. So give me a minute. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to edit the town. When I come back, I'll show you what I've changed, what I've added, and what we're looking at to carry us through this LP. Be back in just a second. Alright, well here we are, and let me tell you, I have changed a lot of stuff out. I've gone crazy over here. Okay, just to give you an idea what I did is, we'll just start up here with the top part of the town. I did add something here in this little community lot. It's the Nazca Lines Park, but it comes just completely blank. It already is in the town like this, but I added a few items in there, and we'll go over that as we get into the game and what the usage of that will be. Right here is the consignment store. I did go in and do a just real brief basic upgrade of the outside to make it fit in a little bit more with the neighborhood. I'm not 100% happy with it, but it's okay. I made some changes to some of these community buildings like the pool, so I could put some diving boards and whatnot in. I did add in a couple of lots that I got off of the Sims 3 Exchange, and I'm going to put a link in the description below that will show you the thread that I went to, and I just grabbed the lots that I found interesting. I won't list out everybody's name because it's just too many people, and there was just some amazing work that was there, but I'll give you that link so you can go and take a look and download to your heart's content, because everything looked pretty good. And we'll try all of it out once we get in the game. I put in a fire station that was down there. I also put in the elixir, the consignment store from Supernatural. I don't believe I changed anything at all. I didn't actually change any of the looks of it, so it's going to look a little out of place, but we need it, so, or we may need it, so I went ahead and left it in there. I did put in the spa from Sunlit Tides, just because I felt like it. No other real reason. Okay, other than that, here in the downtown area, I don't believe I did too much else. I did make some adjustments to the parks that are right here, that are in the center. Other than that, though, I don't think I changed anything else in the main area of the town. Okay, moving over here to the side, I did put in the Lucky Simoleon Casino. I plopped it down just as is. I think I did put in my version, which has the upgraded bars, so that's the only thing that's different about it. Way out here on this side, I put in my version of the Ice Lounge, which has a couple of things they can use that are underground. Back here in the very back, there's nothing that I did. I was going to change out this lot back here, but there's a reason we're going to actually do something with that maybe in the game. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm thinking so. Okay, going over here into this top part, this is the furthest crater that we can have, which actually leads to this kind of like a waterfall. I don't think it's really falling, but I did put in porta potties so that the Sims that we're going to have are going to have a place to go to. And another reason for them to come all the way up here, because they may or may not get to know these people that live over here. Then up here in this section, I did put in the Sweet Treats Cake Pleasure Dome just because I wanted to, and I like having some type of a diner that they can go into. I was going to update it and make it look a little bit more futuristic, but I thought I'm just going to leave it as is for now, and if I ever decide to change it or do something different, we've got that lot and we can just pop it out and put something else in its place. Other than that, everything else in this area is the same, and I'm hoping that music's not too loud. Let's just go in here real quick and we're going to change it, and I've got to make sure to set that back, so, oh, it's not going to work. Alright, well there's an easier way. Let me see if I can do it. Let's do this. There we go. So maybe we'll get something different. Okay. Anyway, going back over to this side of the town, I did not change anything down here, which is actually your beach area. So I didn't change anything. I didn't even modify this area. I left it all alone. This area right here, I did make a couple of changes. I put in a salon and tattoo parlor. It is one that was actually created from that website. They misspelled tattoo. Gotta love it. So we can go ahead and change that if we want. But then I also put in a Milky Way discotheque. Both of those are custom lots. You will find them on that forum site, the forum thread that I linked in the description. Way over here, I did put in the XL520 Sport Dance Club. It's just another place where your Sims can come to and have fun. And I had to create that lot altogether. It did not exist in this town, so I had to actually place that lot. This is another lot that I had to place. It's the Regency Arcade, and it's my version of the arcade with the bowling alley that I used in my Generations LP. I really liked it, and I got some usage out of it, and I think we'll get some usage out of it here. Other than that, I did not do anything else. There's a lot of room out here that you could add to actually do more things with the land, but I didn't want to do that because this big lot right here, this is going to be our home. This is where we're going to live. So that's the plan. Now the first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and set up my settings. So let's go back into options real quick. The one thing you're going to have to do is go into, let's go find them. Alright, your default settings for the challenge and for some of my other challenges that I'm starting, it has to be on the standard 90-day normal settings. Now you notice I've got all my sliders a little bit different. They're not the same way as the defaults. I got to change them all. Now the problem is games like my Midnight Sun Challenge and my Asylum Challenge are now going to be affected by this. Hopefully not too bad, because it's not that far off. I still had them on a 90-day rotation, but it may age a few people up a little quicker than I thought. If that's the case, oh well. We'll just have to get by with it. We'll have to deal with it. But I don't want to go back and have to flip back and forth each time to do the changes. So this, unfortunately, it's a global effect. Once you change it for one game, it changes for everything. Okay, moving on over here for the other stuff, I wanted to go ahead and look at it. You can actually use your seasons. You can have whatever you want. I've never seen winter in Lunar Lakes because I've never played in it since seasons came out. I'm going to go ahead and leave everything on. I may eventually go in and turn it off because it may look silly with snow coming down. Then again, it may be just fine. But I'll leave everything here as the default as far as 7-day rotations. Lunar cycle, I could set it to a regular one. I don't really care about the zombies because of what we're going to do. I'm going to have everything locked in. It's really not going to matter. I'm not going to worry about it, so it's no big deal. Now, as far as all the other things, this is actually, I believe this will affect just this game if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to go ahead and take off, oh, I want pets. I'm going to take off all of the supernaturals and horses, let's see. I'll leave it. I don't know if I should, but I'll leave it. I think we can always change it. And I'm going to go ahead and tell us to opt out of the celebrity system just because I really don't want to do that. Okay, so other than that, that is basically it. You can see I've got my sound and everything down. I'm hoping that that's not going to be too loud for you guys. Hopefully it won't. But that takes us through the main part of the town. And so you can kind of see what we're working with and what we're doing. What I need to do now is go into Create a Sim and get our household ready. So I'll be back in just a moment and I'll introduce you to our sim. Hold on just a second. Okay, so here we go. Our first sim, and actually, yes, it's a challenge. We're going to have more than one. Normally you don't have that in a challenge, but in this one we will. Our first sim is Celeste Prescott, and yes, I'm starting with a female sim. Normally I go with the guys, but today, and I think for quite a few of my LPs, I'm starting actually with the girls, which is pretty fun. It's pretty good for me. Okay, now Celeste, of course, is a human. As I made all of my, I'm going to make all of my sims human. I don't want any of the supernaturals in this LP at all. You'll see all of her outfits as well. This I just felt like I didn't come with this world. I think there were some outfits that did, but I actually kind of liked this one for her, so I went ahead and kept it. And I like this hair. She reminds me of somebody from a movie that I like, so I figured, you know what? It'll work. Okay, looking at her traits, I made her family oriented, loves the outdoors. She's a natural cook. She's neat and nurturing. Of course, that actually popped up the surrounded by family as her lifetime wish. I went ahead and locked it in. Her favorites are firecracker tofu, music is R&B, and pink was her favorite color. It was all random, so I just went ahead and went with it. Her astrological sign is Taurus. Now, the next sim that we're going to meet is actually the whole reason for this challenge existing in the first place. And not that. This is our little second sim, and this is Celeste's son. His name is Justin Prescott, and as you can see, he is a ghost. This is the whole point of the LP. Now, his ghost is because of drowning. Looking at his traits right here, he doesn't have but 3 because he is a child. He has athletic, he's got good sense of humor, and he loves the cold. His favorites include goopy carbonara, country music is his favorite, he likes blue for his favorite color, and he is Sagittarius. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in. I need to go ahead and edit the relationships real quick. And let's get them set up so that way we have it all exactly the way it needs to be. This is the child of, did I click it? Yeah. Okay, there we go. And that should be, hopefully I did it right. Alright, I'm hoping I did. Anyway, that was the whole reason when I actually was thinking about this LP and why in the world would I, what sims would I make. This was the whole point. So let me go ahead and get them on the lot. They're here, and I'm going to go back into our game setup so that I can just put them on the lot that we're going to have for them. Okay, we're going to move in our household, and here we go. We got 17,500. We're not going to have that for long, I can tell you that right now. This is our home. We are going to purchase it as it is. It's 8,192. We are good to go. Now, of course, in just a moment, we're going to get the Weatherstone alert, and we're also going to get the university smartphone alerts and the social groups and all that fun stuff. And that's just typical. So hold on. It takes forever for it to actually figure out what to do with them. And I will pause real quick because I like to see where everything comes up at. So let's go ahead and take a look and see where did the Weatherstone show up. Well, it looks like it's a pretty much out of a way place. I think it's by this. Oh, yeah, this is a perfect place, actually. We'll go ahead and actually watch it rise. I hate that I miss it, but my computer's pretty fast for that, so I always miss out on that one. Okay, let me go back over to Celeste real quick, and then I'm going to stop for a minute. This is where I'm going to be talking about why we have 2 sims, why we have a ghost, and what we're actually setting out to do in this LP. Okay, that brings me to the premise. We're starting off with Celeste, who is a young adult. She has just suffered a really horrible, tragic accident which cost the life of her spouse, her husband, Davis Prescott, who is her childhood sweetheart. And of course, it also cost her the life of her only child, Justin. She was very successful in her bargain with the Grim Reaper, and he gave her a second chance. But of course, with the Grim Reaper, everything always comes with some kind of a tie. So the Grim Reaper has told her he wants 100 potential souls in exchange for the life of the 2 that she has lost. One of the Sims would be brought back, and she would have to choose whether she wanted to bring back her childhood sweetheart or her only child. And of course, Celeste went ahead and she chose to bring back Justin, her only child. Now, if she completes the challenge that the Grim Reaper has set out for her, she will be allowed to turn Justin back into his human form, and her husband will be brought back to life for her as well. And that is the incentive and the whole reason why she's going to go through this crazy 100 baby challenge. However, she has to deal with the fact that every child that she actually brings could actually be taken away prematurely by the Grim Reaper, only to actually accommodate her wants to bring her children back, or to bring her husband back and her child back to life. Okay, now this challenge will end when we actually have finished the 100 children and we have actually brought this child, Justin, back to life. Okay, there are some rules that actually govern what she can and cannot do and what everybody in this entire LP can do. So I'm going to go ahead and just lay down the rules, and I will be posting this on a forum thread. I haven't done it yet because I'm still trying to make it all nice and pretty. But anyway, the founder, which of course is Celeste, is going to have to come up with some way that she can reset her age, some type of a youth elixir or a potion. It doesn't matter how she figures out how to do it, but she has to find a way to roll her age back to young again. She can only use it on her 90th day. So she will have to go through every age stage until her 90th day. At that time, she can actually drink it, become young again. There has to be a jelly bean plant that we will have to actually get immediately, and we have to put it somewhere on our lot behind some type of closed doors or fenced-in area. It has to remain locked until it is time for it to be used. This is actually a gift and a condition from the Grim Reaper. Now, if you don't have the jelly bean bush, it came with Supernatural. You can use something different, or you can do something a little different. I'll show you what you can do instead. Okay. You have a choice in my challenge that you can either select the largest lot and build your own, or if you don't want to do the building, you can actually move into any house and move around the town. It was not really a big condition, so I just figured let's go ahead and just start on our big lot and we'll just try building, and it may turn out to be a nightmare, but let's do it. Okay. Everybody that actually contributes to the 100 child limit, or the bloodline, has to live in our household. So she can't just get pregnant and not bring the person in. So she's going to have to either marry or move in whoever it is that she's having a child with. And they have to remain in the home until their death. Okay. Now during this challenge, she's going to have to figure out how to bring Justin back to life. So she's going to have to learn the secret of ambrosia. But she cannot use it until she successfully completes the challenge. Now, if a divorce happens, the person has to stay in the home. So even if we get the lifetime wish and ask to be divorced, we have to actually remain in the house with whoever it is. She can always remarry, and she can remarry the same person or somebody else. But our husband, once they're moved in, they stay until they die. All midlife crisis wishes will have to be completed either before or after the crisis is over. So if we have 4 wishes that are locked in, or if we have 4 wishes locked into our wish panel right here, we'll have to unlock one of them and take whatever lifetime or midlife crisis wish comes. If we already have 4 midlife crisis wishes here, we have to complete each and every one of them. Even if the midlife crisis is over, we have to continue and do it. So that's just kind of the condition. Okay, traveling is allowed, but you don't have to. A career can be optional. We could do the rabbit hole, we could do a profession. It really doesn't matter whichever way you want to do it. Let's see, if she does have a career, she has to change her career every time she drinks the Young Again potion. So she can never retire. She always has to start back over, or like I said, she doesn't even have to have a career if she doesn't want to. The casino. The casino is not off limits, but mostly it is. Okay, it's off limits for every sim except for the founder, and she can only use it on certain days. She can use it on her very first night in town, which would be today, all the way up until 10 p.m. After that, she can only use it on her actual birthday from the moment she gets the birthday notice all the way up until she ages up. So that means really she'll get to use it when she becomes an adult and when she becomes an elder. And that will happen every life cycle. Okay, so you can use a casino if you want to, but only on those days. Let's see. We can live on this lot, we can live in a pre-built home, it didn't matter, but once we get done with putting the jelly bean bush and everything, we have to reset the funds down to zero. She starts with absolutely nothing. So we've got to start everything down with no money. She cannot get pregnant until whatever the youngest child in the home has aged up to child status. So if she happens to have triplets or twins, it doesn't matter, but we can't get pregnant until we get the 48-hour notice. That's basically saying that so-and-so is about to have a birthday. At that point, she can start getting pregnant with the next child, but not until then. That way she can never have more than one baby or toddler at a time, unless she has, of course, the twins or the triplets, then she can have them, but they have to wait until they're about to age up before she can get pregnant again. Okay, we can actually take gifts from friends whenever we want to. We can use them or sell them if we have to. Now, we do have to train our toddlers with all the skills the old-fashioned way. There's an exception, and I'm going to go over the restrictions in just a minute, but yes, we have to start off doing it all the old-fashioned way, and she's going to have to do it. She cannot have any death flowers. You can grow them, we can sell them, but we cannot keep them, so we actually have to get rid of them or put them down. We can't actually use them in our inventory. And then, of course, we have to paint a portrait. It doesn't have to be Celeste that does the painting, but we have to have a portrait of every child at these different stages: toddler, child, teen, and young adult. Okay, now the spouse, whoever's moving into our house, will have to live in the house if they are adding to the bloodline. They don't have to get married, but they do have to live together. The spouse can work in any career. Now, once the first child is born, the spouse is going to be tested by the Grim Reaper each and every night. And this is where the jelly bean bush is going to come into play. The spouse will have to eat 3 jelly beans from the bush every single night before midnight. Okay, that's just the standard. They have to do it every night. If on a festival day, they do get a free pass, so they don't have to eat them on the festival day, but every other day before midnight, at some time in the day, they have to take 3 jelly beans from the bush. Now, you know the jelly bean bush can kill you instantly, so that's why there's risk involved at all times. Okay, the spouses can never get their age reset, but they can use any lifetime reward points that they have, nothing that will actually extend their life. Okay, now the children have some rules as well. The children cannot get aged up any earlier than normal. It's only going to either be by the system or once we get the birthday alert. We can choose the traits randomly, or we can choose them however we want. There's no restriction on that, and the lifetime wish can be the same. We can either choose or pick at random. It doesn't matter. However, every child has to have a birthday party, and it has to happen for each child with a cake, with balloons, and with a gift. Now, if you haven't realized already, I've taken the 100 Baby Challenge and the Well-Rounded Family Challenge, and I blended them together. And these are some rules that have come with both, and some of them are exclusive to one, and I've just actually combined them together. Okay. Now, any premium content items that you have from the store, you can use them once you've unlocked them. So I've got a whole list of things that we can use, such as the toddler playpen, the walker, the bathing station, the baby swing, the tree of prosperity, the super sleeper, the gardening station and the sunflower, the multi-tab, the not-so-routine machine, the brain-enhancing machine. All of those you can use, but you have to unlock them, each one of them one at a time. The way you unlock them is the moment that the 10th child, every 10th child that becomes a young adult, you unlock one premium content item, and you can use it freely to your heart's content, but you have to choose which one you want. And once you choose, you're stuck with it until you've actually raised the next 10 children. So I think that'll be nice because it kind of restricts us from doing it too easy. And so I just wanted to do it so we could still use it, but still have a little bit of a challenge and have something to look forward to. Okay, now there are some rules of what we have to do for each of the kids. And if we do not meet these for each kid, it doesn't mean we lose the challenge. It just means that that child is not going to count towards the 100. So a toddler has to be potty trained, has to learn to walk, and has to learn to talk by the founder unless we have lifted the restriction and they can do it on their own. They have to learn all the skills on the xylophone and on the peg box, and we have to read all 9 baby books to them or have them read them independently. Okay, we also have to give them the teddy bear so that they get the cuddle time moodlet. For the children, we have to, and of course they do have to get their portrait made at that stage. For the children, they have to learn all the skills on the baker's oven and on the building block table. They have to sign up for an after-school activity, and they have to get a grade of A in school. For teens, they also have to get their portrait made as well. Okay, for teens, they have to sign up for an after-school activity, only one. They have to attend at least one dance. They must successfully prank the school at least one time. They need to set at least 5 booby traps, and we have to have them taught to drive, plus, of course, their portrait as well. Now, once the child graduates, they all have to, each child of the 100 have to pass the Grim Reaper's jelly bean test, which means they have to go out and eat 3 beans from the jelly bean plant, just like their father's been doing the entire time. Now, there's an exemption for this that comes with university, and I'll go over that when we get to that part. If that child survives the Grim Reaper's test, they have to move out immediately. And then, of course, if they fail, which would, of course, result in their death, that child will not count towards the 100. So we could raise that child and do everything right, and then one jelly bean could just make it completely pointless. So I just thought that was kind of fun because it gives another little element of risk. When the child is ready to graduate, we have to give them certain things in their inventory before we move them out. They have to be given the following gifts: a car, a multi-tab, a laptop, a guitar, a football, a soccer ball, or a kickball, a sleeping bag, and 3 skill books that are at any level of what they need to continue for whatever skill they have. So whatever they're working on, we have to get them 3 skill books that they can continue working on their own. Once we have that done, we can kick them out. Okay, now as far as rules for the game, it's pretty simple. Before we can lift any of the restrictions, like the Tree of Prosperity and all of those things, we have to actually raise those 10 children. However, if we haven't lifted the restrictions, there is a Tree of Prosperity and there is a brain enhancing machine here in the town, and we can use them at any time, but we have to consume the 3 jelly beans, and that would mean our founder would have to consume them as well before she could use it. So if she wants to do it, if she wants to put herself at risk, she can do it, but of course it could kill her. The Tree of Prosperity that we can use is located in a park, and I'll show you where that is in just a moment. Okay, the free vacation and the boarding school are not allowed. We can use imaginary friends, but they cannot be turned real, and they will not count towards the house. We could have a pet if we wanted to, but it's not required. Any opportunities that the children get are optional, but they're encouraged. And then all of the names of the 100 children have to be alphabetized. So we will end up going through 4 rotations of the alphabet, omitting 1 random unique letter every single rotation. So if the first rotation we leave out the letter Q, we can never leave out that letter again. So we have to do it 4 times, and hopefully by the end we will get to 100. Unless, of course, we've lost a few children, then we may have to start a 5th rotation. Okay. Now, the festival day is considered family day, and the family has to spend it all together, so you have to group them up. You can go wherever you want. It can be the festival lot, it can be a community lot, it can be anywhere, as long as they are in a group together. There's also 2 days of the year that we have to celebrate for both mom and dad. One day during the spring, not on festival day, is considered Mother's Day, and she gets to take the day off, hire the babysitter, leave everybody with dad, and she gets to head off. We have to go take her somewhere and pamper her, either the spa, the movie, something. She's got to go do whatever she wants to do one day every spring. For Father's Day, that will happen for whoever's in the house that is their father, unless we don't have one at that time. It's one day during the summer. We have to do the same thing for dad, something that he has to do to celebrate his special day. Okay, and then of course every week mom and dad have to take out one night of the week to be date night. They can spend as much or as little time as they want together. As long as the game registers it as a date, it will count, but they do have to do that as well. Okay, as far as household jobs, mom has got to do all of the cooking. The teens can help out, but dad is not going to be doing any of the cooking because dad's job is actually to do all the repairs. Okay, now we do need to purchase all of the items from the grocery store that we need to use for cooking, and this happens once the first child is born. So there's no quick meals for the children, and we have to actually prepare their meals for every single one of them. Okay, and that of course will be mom or the teen's job to do, but no quick meals for them. They can do quick meals at this point until they have the first child. Okay, as far as university goes, no one gets to go to university, although they can take the test. And this is where the jelly bean test kind of gets changed a little bit. So when our first child actually ages up to be a young adult, that child will have to go and take the 3 jelly bean test. However, if they pass the university exam and they get a full scholarship, they only have to actually consume 1 jelly bean. So it reduces their risk by 2 jelly beans. Now, if they get a partial scholarship, they only have to eat 2 of the jelly beans. So, regardless, they're going to have at least 1 of them, but if they do really well throughout their childhood and they do well on their exam for entrance to university, the risk is reduced for them. So that gives them an incentive to do as best they can and learn whatever they can learn. Okay, if we do happen to have any alien babies or plant sims, they won't count for the 100 children, but we have to raise them just like the other children. So if our dad gets abducted and we get the baby, we got to keep it, we got to raise it, and we have to do it just like all the others, but it will not count towards the 100. However, if a father does have an alien sim, until that alien sim is moved from the home, then the father is exempt. He does not have to eat the jelly beans. So now I know that's a lot of rules, it's a lot of different things to actually keep up with, but that's basically it, and that's what we're going to be starting with. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and show you a couple of things real quick in Edit Town. Let me just jump right back up again. I'm not going to save yet. I'll show you that one lot that I have, which is the community lot. It's right here, and it's not much. I didn't put a whole lot here, but this is where if they want to come over at any time, they can come over here to the Tree of Prosperity. They can eat from the tree, but they are going to have to actually consume 3 jelly beans before they can do it. Now, once they've actually unlocked this Tree of Prosperity and they can put it on their home lot, they don't have to consume it. They can come out and use it whenever they want. So it just gives you an incentive to get through each 10 children. So moving forward, let's go ahead and go back into the game, and we need to go ahead and get something set up. We got to first get them a jelly bean tree for their home lot, and it's got to be locked in. So to do that, we're going to go into build by mode, and I'm going to find it. The best way for me to find it is always just go right through to supernatural, and I believe it comes up pretty quick. It's not too far down. I probably just passed it. No, there it is. Okay, now I can move it once I get it on the lot, but I'm going to put it right here for now. And it's pretty expensive, but it's not too bad. I'm going to go over here into edit to build mode real quick. And what I want to do is I want to lock this thing in, because I don't want somebody just randomly coming over and grabbing one of these things. I think that, yeah, that's the one I like. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to lock it in. And you can build it as big or as little as you want. It doesn't really matter for this purpose. But I'm just going to build it right here. I'm going to move it again eventually. But none of this is actually going to really affect us, because remember, we're not going to have any money when we're done. Okay, so let's just put that right there, and then I want to put a gate in, and the gates are right here, and I'm thinking that that one has a gate. Yeah, it's that one right there. Okay, so there we go. This is our jelly bean area. It is off limits to all sims, except, of course, when we have to have it for whichever father is actually in the home. Now you'll notice we have nothing else on the lot, so we're going to have to build our own home. I did put that there for a reason. That's kind of where I want it. It's probably going to get moved eventually, but for right now I think it's perfect. So what we need to do then is go back into live mode, and we're going to go ahead and turn our testing cheats on for just a moment. Let's see, testing cheats, enabled, true. And of course, it may sound like a lot of rules. It's really not. It's really not that bad. But let's go get the family funds taken care of. Okay, family funds, Prescott, 0. Say goodbye to all our money. So we don't have anything at all. All right, let me go ahead and turn this off. Now I'm going to go ahead and set her in motion. We are now live and ready to go. Now the first thing we can do, we know that we've got all these people that are actually getting lined up for jobs. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Already, you guys are starting off. You're going to do it again? You better be careful. She actually made a deal to bring you back to life. Go ahead and chat with your son. Go ahead and be nice to him. Now, this is going to be a challenge, because having a ghost in the house is always going to cause issues. People are going to stop what they're doing and react to him. So it gets annoying after a while, but the whole point was to do this. Now, of course, they still have a pretty decent relationship, so I'm going to let her do this for right now. Now, he's got some needs we got to take care of. What's he got? Hey, he doesn't really have anything. What's he upset about? He lost a friend? No, you didn't lose a friend. You're about to gain it again. So you just keep going. You want to become friends with your mom? Alright, that's fine. So we'll actually take care of that wish for him. Now, he doesn't have to do anything. He really doesn't have any restrictions on him. He doesn't really have much to work on at this point. Get a job? I'm not sure we're going to get a job. You want to give a gift to him? Well, let's do that. Do you have anything to give him? I don't think you do. I really don't. You can try. Alright, yeah, you got the... We'll give him our camera. That's okay. Alright, so now we've got our mascot here, which hopefully we won't have to see him again. Very good. Now, since I don't want to waste any of our time, I'm going to go ahead and pause real quick, and I'm going to send Celeste over to the casino. And I'm going to get her set up so that she can actually get started on something. And I'm going to send Justin over to the festival, but the festival is not in town yet. It's actually right here. It's this little area there. But I'm going to get, let's see, let's go over here and can we lock into this thing? I want to get her started on actually getting some money because this is the only day we can do it. And yeah, I've got that llama machine in here. I should have taken it out. I didn't even think about it. I updated this lot for Supernatural, and so, wait, can you not do it? Oh, don't tell me you can't do it. Alright, well, let me go ahead and turn her on live mode. Maybe she can once we do this. Oh, she doesn't have any money. That's right. I forgot. Alright, so she's not coming over here. They're both going to go to the festival. What we need to do is go over here and get something because she has no money to work with. So this is dangerous, and it's part of the game. So once they get over here, this is actually where we're going to have hopefully some wildflowers, and we'll see if we can't come up with something that they can use. And if she can get a little bit of money, that's all we need. We don't need them. We don't need much. Now, I haven't played in Lunar Lakes for the festival, but I'm assuming that it's like every other place where the festival lot just spawns wildflowers. But it doesn't look so lucky right now. Oh, wait, there's sun. Now, that's actually good. So, Celeste, you're going to come over and grab these. I think these are going to be, they're probably the best ones you can get. So, let's go ahead and grab those. And, yeah, I know it. I should have followed them with the cab so I could show you. But we're going to see this town quite a bit because we're going to be here for a while. Okay, now I was hoping that Justin can come over here and pick flowers. I thought they were going to be like all over the place, but apparently not. Apparently we don't have much luck with that. Okay, so Justin, let me see. I don't think you can pick. I don't think you can do any gardening at all, can you? No, you can just view it. Okay. Well, looks like we're just out of luck. Let's see if she gets any money from this thing. Celeste, are you coming over? Yeah, hopefully this is a decent amount. Then we can head over to the casino and do not take our flowers. You can look at them, but don't you dare take them. I don't even know who you are. Lynn Sakamoto. All right, go ahead and take those flowers. Take those things. Don't just, ugh. He was in your way? That's all right. How much are these worth? You can't take them? Why can you not take these things? All right, maybe your son can come over and take them. For some reason, it doesn't look like we can do it. Is he not here? That is so weird that we can't take them. Alright, well, if we can't, we have another alternative. Okay, we got him. That was the weirdest thing. I guess because he was using them, so that's why we couldn't do it. Alright, if we sell those, we got more than enough money to go start for gambling. So we're going to sell those. And Justin, you can do whatever you want to while you're there. We're going over here with Mom for just a minute and get her set up, and then we'll come back and check on you. Now, of course, here in Lunar Lakes, the only thing I really wish is that they would have had some kind of an alternative to the taxi, because here you've got these futuristic roads and everything, which is really cool, but unfortunately, the taxis just don't go along with it. They're a little different, but you know, it's okay. If you just kind of get past that, you're fine. It's really unique. I love the architecture of everything here. It's going to be fun trying to build a house and try to stay a little out because I'm not I'm not a good builder, but I like to try anyway, so we'll have fun with it. And if it turns out to be a disaster, well, you know, it's just a disaster. By the way, for those of you who haven't watched me, and even for those of you who have, I'm going to make 1,001 mistakes and then probably a few more after that. I know that I'm going to do that. It's just part of it. I do not play perfectly, and I don't intend to play perfectly. I kind of like the mistakes. It just makes it a little bit more fun. So I may not know everything, but I like to play. So if it bothers you, I do apologize, but it's just kind of the way I like to do things. All right, Celeste, get on there and gamble. I want to make sure you're working on it. Yeah, you are. So you're fine. This is her only night she can do it, and she can do it only until 10 o'clock. So got to worry about that for a while. All right, who are you talking to? Paige Mosquito? Okay. There's really not a whole lot that you can do here, and there's no flowers that you can do here. This is where the festival lot's going to be, and this little thing is going to drive me nuts trying to get in and around this thing, but that's all right. What I want to have him do is I want to have him learn a skill, and to do that, let's go over to the art museum, which I believe is right, it's not here, it's right here, I believe. Yeah, I'm going to have him go over here. I want to see if the art museum is going to be what I think, if it's going to have what I want. I'm not sure it will. Alright, so we got mixologists being assigned, we got a consignment store, so at least we know everybody's being assigned jobs. My goodness, I thought that was her hair at first. That is too funny. And we got paparazzi showing up, we got all kinds of people going in here. And the nice thing is he doesn't have to walk through anything, or go through doors, he can just float through them. Oh wait, you know what? Pick those flowers, buddy. Go pick those things. So they're finally starting to spawn. I probably ought to stick around then. I have not seen, okay, yeah, that's too funny. Now, it's going to take him forever to get around anywhere because he just kind of hovers and floats this way. So if you're ever in a hurry, don't depend on him because he's going to take a long time. But that's okay. He can take as long as he wants. I'm going to go ahead and send him over here. Celeste, you're back over here. You're still gambling. Have you made any money yet? Oh, yeah. You've made a little bit. You've made about 1,300, almost 1,400. You keep making some money because we're going to have somewhere to sleep tonight. And looking at your needs, you're good for now. And the nice thing is we do have this bar right here. So if she gets hungry, she can eat. She's got a bathroom over here. She should be good. Okay. Justin, are you there yet? You're getting close. Man, it takes you forever. Why did I make him a ghost? It kind of goes into the story. So, you know, you had to do it. Yeah, I had to think of a reason of why in the world would somebody want to actually have 100 children. And I thought, well, this would be cool if, you know, she had something that she was working towards. Now, I'm looking at this thing to see if there's an art easel. And there's not, I don't think. Not on this level. Sometimes there are art easels in places and sometimes there aren't. And there may be one somewhere else in the town. But like I say, I don't play Lunar Lakes, so I don't really know it offhand. I'm not really comfortable with or sure about any of it. It looks like it was just that one level, which it's fine, and there's people here, but look at him. He's just floating around, just doing his own thing. Yeah, we're going to have that happen to a lot of people. They're going to just give him that look, and that's going to be going on through the entire challenge, which is kind of funny. Okay, now I was thinking about getting her a career, but I don't think I would. But if you do want to get your Sims a career, if you don't have Lunar Lakes, I'm going to go down here and show you. All of the rabbit holes look like this. Every single one of them, whether it's a school, military, business, doesn't matter. They all look like this one. This is actually the day spa right here. So it doesn't take a whole lot of room, but they're kind of hard to understand where they are. Okay, Celeste, you just got yourself up to level 2. Let's see. I could actually bring your son over here and let him go swimming or something, but I really wanted him to learn something. I wanted him to learn art or painting. You've got enough money. I could probably send him to the school and take the test or take the class, but I don't think you have enough in cash right now. We'd have to wait till you cash out. And I really don't want to mess with you. I want you to make as much money as possible. So I'll come back in a minute, make sure you're still gambling, doing what you got to do. I'm going to go over with our little friend here, and why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to some people, and then that way you can at least start getting some people that you know, and we can invite people over to the house for parties eventually. So I'm just going to have him just introduce himself to everybody here at the art museum, and we'll just start establishing a little bit of our name in the town. Yeah, it's the crazy lady with the ghost child, so they'll at least know who we are. It's pretty cool. It's a really cool little building, but it is very small. I mean, it's just long hallways. So are you actually doing what I asked you to do? Of course not. Okay, you met her. Did you meet him? Yeah, you did. You met him? Oh, good. Alright, so you're doing exactly what I wanted you to do, and unfortunately there's no more flowers to pick. Now we could take him over to a playground, and that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do, because I don't have anything else for him to do. There's 2 playgrounds right here. There's 2 parks, and I'm going to send him over to this one because I think it has more stuff for the kids. So once he gets done, I'll send him out. And since it's going to take him a while, I'll flip back over to him in just a minute. So you just take your time, float over. We'll make sure that Mom is making us money. Are you making any good money? I always go to this one. I should probably choose different ones because it's not doing so hot for us right now. Yeah, she's got the losing streak moodlet, so that's not good. She needs to make a little bit more. Alright, come on now. Now, there's no rush to get started on these 100 babies, so if we want to wait a little bit until we do, that's fine. But because remember, once we actually start, we got that person until the end of their days. So as far as I'm concerned, you know, the only thing we really have to work on is finding some way to provide shelter for both of us and the kid. And then we got to start working on a way to restore her youth, which would of course be the logic or alchemy. And I'm thinking we're going to go logic. I think we're going to do the young again potion. At least that's my plan. Okay, you keep going. I hope you're going to do well, but you know your needs. You are going to have to go to the bathroom soon, and I just want you to do the best you can. I hope you do well before 10 o'clock. This poor little guy is so sad, and it just takes him forever. He's just, I don't know if he'll ever get there. So, unfortunately, he is slow. I could have had him go do some working out or something. No, I can't. He's a child, so he'll have to join the after-school activities, and then maybe he can learn a few things. Can you jog? You can do a cardio. Oh, you can work out. All right, well, we could do that. That'll be something. Pick 5 wildflowers. That could be good if we can actually get you to move. I think you'll move faster once you actually get a little bit of athletic skill. But right now you're just slow. That's not even a word. That's just overly slow. All right, come on, Celeste, make some big money. You're not doing as well as I would hope. This typically happens when I'm depending on them to make money. They don't do it. But when, you know, they have plenty of money, they just rack up like you wouldn't believe. There you go. Go ahead. Yeah, I know it's my timer. I'm not quite ready to end right now. I want to actually get them a little bit of money, and I want to have her do this until her time is up. All right, buddy, you're good, but you're still just taking your time. I'm going to speed you up. Then I'll come over when you're ready. No, maybe not. You're getting kind of hungry, but now we can go check you out and see what you're doing. He finally made it to the park. Now, this is the park that comes with the actual lot, but of course I added in the rock climbing wall, and I believe I added something else across the street. But this over here is actually there. I'm going to let him go play on the playground, and that gives him something to do for a little while. Okay, you're actually done over there. You only made $17.67. You need to go to the bathroom. Let's get you taken care of, because when you get done, you're going to have to go over there and do some more. I want you to eat something really quick too, because 10 o'clock is going to come around way too fast, and we can't do this again. Oh, we can't get any food? Oh, you got to be kidding me. I forgot I didn't put in a food register, did I? And it's because of the lot type. This is not a bar. So she is kind of hungry. We can order a drink. That's the only one we can get. And then I'm going to have her go back over here and play high stakes again. And let's see if she can make any money. Girl, are you done? No. Yeah, we only got about 3 hours left, and then it's too late. So you know what? We don't even have to eat. Let's just do it. You'll be hungry. I'll get you fed later. But I want you over there making some money. I don't know why we're losing you. If she could just at least get one of the 5,000 bonuses, that would be great. But right now it just doesn't look like. Now watch him get one. Watch her get a 5,000. I'll be so upset with her. No, good. At least not. All right, is he still playing? Yeah, he's still playing on the swings over there, which is fine. He is kind of hungry, so we do need to get him over here so he can go eat with us. I'm gonna have him start moving over here now, because you know it'll take him 3 hours to get here. And then that way they can go together and they can get something to eat. Because I'm sure she'll have enough money then. At least I would think so. 1767, that's not a lot. That's not much to work with at all. But I think with the regular Legacy Challenge, you normally start off around 1800. So I would say that we're pretty much right in line with that. Plus, of course, we got a little bit of money tied up here. So I'd say that we didn't do much better than a Legacy Challenge, and that's the risk. That was the whole point of bringing this down to 0, is because I figured you might do really well. Then again, you might luck out and end up doing this way and struggle even more than you should. But that's all right. We're going to let her do what she can do. Now, you guys are going to have to help me out with baby names. So remember, this first one coming up is going to be our A baby names. So we'll need some boy and girl names for A's. I am not going to manipulate the gender of the child, so it's whatever comes. I'm not going to really go for the fertility treatment unless we want to. But there you go. Finally. You guys might just actually have some type of a shelter that you're going to have. It may not be much, but you'll get something. All right, so she just made 5,000 for us. And, buddy, where are you at? You're still on your way. Oh, he's on a bicycle? Maybe he's going faster on a bike. Oh, yeah, he's finally going faster on the bike. That's good. At least he's doing that. And, of course, you can get a look at Lunar Lakes at night. I think it's really pretty. It's a pretty town. I love those lights on the streets. I think they're really cool, and we're going to put them on our lot once we actually start building. All right, what's she doing? She's doing well. Make that money. Make as much as you can make. Just make one more bonus. Just one more, and that'd be great. And then we can actually go over and build something for you guys to live in. I won't build much, but I'll get you something. We're going to need to buy a fridge. We're going to need to buy everything. And I was kind of waiting till we got some of those wishes to lock in. Yeah, buy a stove. This way she'll get points for it. Because if you start off in the Legacy Challenge and you just go ahead and build, you know, you lose out on these really easy lifetime reward points. And she can use anything she wants. She can use genie wishes. She can use any of that stuff. I do want her to go and check gifts in just a moment, because she needs them. So I could actually let's see. All right. Is it 10 o'clock yet? Almost. Once it hits 10 o'clock, we'll actually take him out to eat. And then what I'll do is I'll take him home and collect gifts. And I want to do that before I leave, so that'll be the last thing we do. And I hope you guys, I'll put the link down once I actually have everything written for the challenge rules, and you'll see that it's really not that bad. It's not that much. Like I said, it's just a blend of the baby challenge, the 100 baby challenge, and the well-rounded challenge, with a little twist that I put in there, well, as far as a few little things that I've added. But I think it'll be fun, and it'll keep us, it'll keep something actually going as far as the risk and whatnot. Don't tell me you're done. You got 15 minutes. Come on. What is this? Dance together? Nah, you're not going to dance. Yeah, she's almost done. She's got 9 more minutes, and then we have to cancel out. So I hate that, but this is the whole rule. You got to go until 10 o'clock on your first night, and that is it. And then she can't do this again until, there we go. Got to cancel it. Now she can continue doing this. Oh, you can order food there now? No, you can't order food. Oh, good. She got a jackpot on the last one. All right. That's perfect. All right, so she got another jackpot of 5,000. How many did you make? How much you make? I have no idea how much she made. Let's see what you got. 10,841. All right, let me pause real quick because I've got to look for the diner. Oh, it's right here. That's pretty good. You're going to go ahead and eat here. You're going to eat with your son, Justin, and then that way the two of you will be okay and taken care of. Look at you. You're both in the yellow. I'm doing bad on your first night. Now, of course, with Justin, is he going home? No, he's not going home. He's coming over here to meet up with you. With Justin, it takes him forever. So we may be stuck waiting, and she really can't afford to wait too long. Well, I mean, they're not, like, critical. They're bad, but they're not just, like, dying. So, no, but I like the town. I like everything. Like I said, I haven't seen it with any of the weather effects because I haven't played it since Seasons came out. And I was so glad when you guys were recommending this as one of the towns because it forces me to play in here long term and get to know it. And so, like I said, I will be lost for a while. Once I figure it out, I'll know where things are. Right now, I don't really know. But now you can kind of see that's how all the rabbit holes look, and that's how they all work. Is he going to... What are you doing? Go over there and eat. Go eat with your mom. Can you not get out? What's wrong with you, buddy? Are you going to drown on us again? Okay, get out of here. Oh, you're stuck? Alright, let me get you set. I got unstuck him. Alright, this is weird. Reset sim. Justin. And of course he's all the way on the other side of town, which is just terrible. Okay, so, but that actually took care of his hunger needs, so he's fine. I hate doing that to him, but, you know, what can you do? So tell you what, Justin, while you're here, let me see if I can find, here's the mailbox. And our mailbox is here in Lunar Lakes. I believe there is a different one, if I'm not mistaken. No, it doesn't look too different. Let's go ahead and take some gifts real quick. I was hoping that it would be for Celeste, but it'll be for Justin. He can do it, and that's fine with me. Now, does he have an imaginary friend or anything? No, but he did pick these, and we need to get rid of them. So that makes a little bit of money for us. And I ought to go ahead and give this back to Celeste so he doesn't have everything in his inventory. He's got his tombstone right here, so we'll keep that. And, you know, of course he has to keep it. You got homework? Do you have... Oh, he's got school tomorrow. He didn't do his homework. All right, well, once he gets done, he's going to do homework. I didn't know he'd get school. I thought he had to actually go in there for the first day to have homework, but I guess not. Buddy, you are just too slow for words. All right, she's done, and we are ready to accept some gifts. Okay, all the way down to the bottom. From Abush Karat, this is the message from the game. Let me go ahead and take it right here. Okay, we got a shower. This is perfect. We're going to need it. So thank you so much, and I think I can send something back. And let me go ahead and send you back something as well. Let's see. Thanks. Oops. Thanks for the shower for my new challenge LP. Now, I'm not going to say what it is because I'm not telling anybody until it actually is published. Okay, so yes, I want to send that gift, and so hopefully you'll be watching it. Okay, from Leah Loves Cat for an LP of your choice. Hope it's something more interesting than a lamp. Thanks for all you do. You're quite welcome, and thank you for sending us 1,250 simoleons. I love it. Okay, these guys need it, so that's good. Actually, they're doing pretty good because of that money that they just made. All right, so thank you. Let's just say thanks for the 1,250 for my new challenge LP. They are living on a blank lot, which they are. They have nothing. Okay, so here we go. Now this is for Aurora Skies. All right, I'm going to go ahead and save it. Another for Aurora. Let's see. That's for Aurora Skies. Okay. This is the message from the game from NX-AXT. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get a... Alright, we got a prim and proper sofa, so at least we got a little bit of furniture. So let's see if we can send something back here for you. So let me go. That's a love seat, I believe. Okay, so thanks for the love seat for my new challenge LP. They have nothing. Which is almost true. I mean, they got a shower now, so, and they got some money, so, and a couple of cameras. Okay, that's for university. I'm not getting to them today. From Don McCarthy, it says hi, and I say hi right back to you. You just gave us the brain enhancing machine. All right, I can't use it yet, but we can lift the restriction and use it. So thank you very much for that. Let's go ahead and send this back to you. Thanks for the brain enhancing machine for my new challenge. They are living on a vacant lot. Okay, go ahead and say yes to that. Okay, from let's see, Dairy Crinoline. It says, hey Llandros, here's a little something to celebrate your Asylum LP, or feel free to use in one of your new LPs if you can. I definitely want to, so let's use it here real quick. Okay, we got a mirror. Let me see if I can send it back. Okay, let me go ahead and send you back something real quick. Let's see. Thanks for the mirror for my new challenge LP. They are on a vacant lot with nothing. They do. They have nothing. Okay. And then, of course, Derry again. It says, I'm really enjoying all your LPs as always, and I really like the Asylum. Okay, I'll save that for the Asylum then. I'm playing that one tomorrow. Okay, from Shebad 2004. Anyone you want. Thanks for the great videos. Well, you're quite welcome, and thank you for the Ring of Posies commercial planner. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm done with gifts. I hate that. All right, from Shebad again, and as always, gift number 2, you're gonna need them. Yeah, I am. Not just for this LP, also for the next one. All right, so there's 200. Tell you what, guys, what I'm gonna do is, because I'm about to sit down and play the next one, and I can take gifts in that one as well. I think these guys have got a good start, and I'm gonna go ahead and let them we'll just go ahead and put the gifts for the other ones coming up soon. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop them there. What I need to do is find a place for them to sleep, and I think the best thing for me to do is, yeah, he does need to do homework. But we can go over here. Let me just double check that this fire station does have a place to sleep, because I don't want to build them anything, but I do want them to get to bed. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and let them come over here. Justin, why don't you come on over here once you get done with your homework and you can sleep, and then you can actually come on over. I don't know where you are. Where are you taking a shower at, girl? I have no idea. Oh, you're going to go over. Where are you going to take a shower? I want to see where you go. Probably going over to the gym. No, you're not going to go to the gym. You're going to go over here, and then you can take a shower there. So that way we can actually take a look at the new Lunar Lakes fire station. Again, this was built by somebody on the Sims 3 forum and at the exchange. And I just was really happy that I found that site so I could actually come in here and grab a bunch of stuff that was really pretty cool. Okay, so we have plenty of places over here that we can work on. I'm going to let her go over here and take a shower because that's what she wanted. It doesn't really need it. But then she can come up here and go take a nap or go to bed. So at least we have a place to sleep for now. We don't have to build something right away, but it gives us a starting point, and that was the whole point, is just get something so that we can actually work around with it. It's not a very big station, but of course everything in Lunar Lakes is pretty small, but as you can see, there's plenty of places for them to work out and do what they need to do. I love the fire station whenever you're playing a sim that doesn't have a home, because they do have things that they can work on. They've got a computer, TV, they got everything that they really need except for an oven. And so I'm going to keep everything here and let them stay here for a little while. I am going to get them building their own thing, probably be something very similar to what you're seeing right here, just something very basic, very simple, and we'll work with it from there. All right, you took your shower, you're finished. Now your son is still doing his homework, and it's 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what? How close are you to getting that homework done? Please tell me you're done. Well, you're pretty bad, but that's okay. Let's get you over here. I don't care if you don't have your homework done. You're going to be in school for a long time. It's not like you're going to age up anytime soon, because I don't think you ever age. No, do you age up in 6 days? Okay, well, that's fine. Yeah, so he'll age up eventually, and then he will become an adult. But that's okay. For some reason, I was thinking that. Go over here with your mom. Oh, you can't leave the lot because you're a child? Come on, you can get over here, can't you? I thought you could. You should be able to get over here. What does it say? Have a water balloon fight? No. Get over here, and I want you to go to sleep. And I hope he's moving. Please be moving. If you're not moving, I'm going to be very upset with you. Oh, you're moving slow. Just as slow as can be. No, you got to stay here. All right, we'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and fix you up real quick. I'm going to get you. I know you're cold. The only thing I can really do for you right now is get you. I hate to do this, but I'm going to get you a little bed. I'm going to get you the Showtime bed because I know it does pretty well, and you guys have enough money to afford it. I don't have any shelter for you, but I'm going to let you go ahead and use that and sleep because at least, yeah, you're cold and it's not bad. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not great. It's pleasantly chilly. That's fine. But I'll let you sleep there, and hopefully you'll be okay because you're going to get up in just a few hours anyway. So that'll be it. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. If you like the video, please hit the like button. That always tells me whether I should be continuing or not. I don't ever look at the dislikes because sometimes it's just mean people. But anyway, yeah, just give me the likes, and then that way I'll know that you want me to continue. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm just telling you that right on the front end. But, of course, I'll try to get all the links posted as quickly as I can. I'll get those rules to you. I wanted to read them out to you here so that way you at least kind of got an idea. In the next episode, we'll do more gameplay, but I wanted to get to it a little bit. And any of the rules that sound confusing, I'll show you they're really not confusing at all. It's very simple. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Look forward to seeing the next episode, and I hope you'll join me on challenge number 2 and number 3 that's coming right up. All right, see you next time.